Good evening, everyone. We're going to call the regular city council meeting to order for November 17th, 2021. We will ask that everyone please stand for Pledge of Allegiance and invocation by Old Lady McDowell.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which is stands one nation under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord God, we thank you for blessing us to see another day. We ask you, Lord, to come into our council chambers. Bless us as we conduct the city of Markham business. Bless that everything is done decent and in order. Bless us as we go into this holiday season, giving thanks for just blessing us to see another day. At this time, Lord, there's so many people who have lost loved ones. And Lord, comfort their hearts during this holiday season and give the city Markham strength as we continue to move forward in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Barron,
Present.
Alder Lady McDowell, Alder Lady Hampton Hauser, Alderman Jones. We have a quorum.
Okay. Approval of minutes for regular city council meeting minutes for November 3rd, 2021.
Mayor Ed Powell,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the regular city council meeting November 3rd, 2021 as presented with any noted corrections.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alder Lady McDowell for approval of regular city council meeting minutes for November 3rd, 2021. Any question? Roll call?
Alder Lady McDowell, Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alder Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
motion carried.
Approval of minutes for special city council meeting minutes, October 31st, 2021.
Mayor Ed Powell,
Yes.
make a motion that we approve the minutes for the special city council meeting October 31st, 2021 as presented.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alder Lady McDowell for approval of minutes for special city council meeting minutes for October 31st, 2021. Question?
Yes, I have one. I think I might have said no, the waiving the reading. I'd like to double check that if you can.
Yes.
Any other question?
No, sir.
Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alder Lady McDowell,
Yes.
Alder Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, authorization, claims and accounts, the bill list.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the authorization and claims of account invoice payments for November 17th, 2021, which reads as follows. Corporate, $345,219.92. Water and sewer, $29,968.24. Solid waste, $144,070.04. Our motor fuel, $3,125.84. The David, that's the Markham Senior Living Complex, $1,065,639.38. The roller rink, $233.61. Our debt service, $360,150 even, which gives us a total of $1,948,407.03. With manual checks, $58,897.77, which gives us a grand total of $2,007,304.80.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron for approval of the authorization claims and accounts bill list. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alderlady McDowell, Alderman Barron,
Yes.
motion carried.
Special presentations this evening. We'll go over the city attorney's report. Ready to go.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and members of the public, with respect to the city attorney's report, it appears under 8. I'll start off with 8A. Proposed resolution approving the extension and renewal of the reproclamation and declaration of the continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham, and approving the mayor's determination regarding modifications to in-person meetings in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, November 17, 2021.
Mayor Ag Power,
Yes.
like to make a motion that we approve resolution number 21-R-659, a resolution approving the extension and renewal of the reproclamation and declaration of the continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham, and approving the mayor's determination regarding the modification to the in-person meeting in response to COVID-19 pandemic dated November 17, 2021.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady Hampton for approval of resolution for extension and renewal and reproclamation declaration of continued local state of emergency for the city of Markham as read. Roll call?
Alderlady McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
motion carried.
Next, we have under 8B, a proposed ordinance approving a text amendment to the Markham zoning code to regulate home occupations in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Mayor, I make a motion that we waive reading for ordinance number 21-0-2316. An ordinance approving a text amendment to the Markham zoning code to regulate home occupation in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderlady McDowell to waive the reading for ordinance approving text amendment as read. Roll call?
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderlady McDowell,
Yes.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
motion carried.
Mayor, I'll call.
Yes.
I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 21-0-2316. An ordinance approving the improving the tax amendment to the Markham zoning code to regulate home occupations in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderlady McDowell for approval of ordinance approving text amendment to the Markham zoning code to regulate home occupations in the city of Markham. Question?
Yes, sir, I have one. The first one here is, it talks about trailers. Now, these trailers, how do you identify recreational trailers compared to commercial trailers? On page 5, section 156.341, page 5, the bottom, it talks about equipment and other trailers.
I'm not for sure, Alderman. I don't know.
Mayor, may I intervene for a moment on that?
Well, yeah, go ahead, please. Anybody?
Yes, basically, commercial vehicles are actually utilized for work versus recreational vehicles are utilized for pleasure. Also, it has a lot to do with the weight of the vehicle as well, because we know that our streets and our residential areas can't handle that type of weight. So of course, there is a weight limit that should be placed on these particular vehicles as well. So there is a difference in the weight when it comes to commercial vehicles as work vehicles versus recreational vehicles, which are for pleasure.
I'm glad I didn't respond.
Well, that was your question. I mean, I like the definition. But once again, this is the question. How do we distinguish between a recreational trailer in a commercial trailer?
Because this ordinance would apply to commercial.
But I mean, but what if a person has a trailer at their house? How do you identify that as being a commercial trailer?
If they're using they're not using for recreation, and if it's commercial, it's gonna either be one or the other.
But if it's empty on sitting on their property, how do you identify? How do you know that this person, this vehicle, this trailer is being used for that purpose?
It's either one or the other, right?
If you do one or the other, how do you identify it? That's my question. How do you identify it? How do you know that, how do you see somebody that trailer in somebody's house? I mean, do you just look and say, okay, that's a commercial trailer? Is there a
Well, we'd have to identify that. We'd have to ask them.
Okay. What I was thinking-
Yeah, okay.
What I was thinking was maybe there could be a tag that we issue for a commercial tank trailer or a residential trailer. So we know that when we look at the trailer, it's tagged as a commercial trailer. Could that help? Could that be?
Or a recreational
Yeah.
trailer.
You know what I'm saying now?
Attorney
Recreational.
wants to chime in here.
Okay.
I would just point out that, the next ordinance that is on the agenda is a business license ordinance for home occupation. So I think that, these home occupations are going to be required to register with the city, so the city will know whether or not the location has, registered with the city as a commercial home occupation. And hopefully that can provide guidance as to whether or not the trailer park there.
That's the tag.
And
Right.
it's visible, what a recreational vehicle.
No,
is.
I'm just asking all the Jones, would you agree? I mean, that would be the tag. I mean, we're talking about if they sign up at City Hall, that's the tag.
Okay.
You know, the police officer is still gonna, or the ordinance officer is still gonna have to go through some identifying, but as long as there's a document here at City Hall to, you know, to say what the tag is, so to speak. As you said, I agree, that would be the tag, the registration of the business and what that trailer is doing on that property. If it's not registered, then we would obviously have to, we would question, say, well, it was obviously recreational. To carry ATVs or whatever, they're gonna have to prove up somewhere. If we have something, obviously our thing is for business purposes, but I mean, it's not, you asked a good question,
Thank you.
you know.
Right, because at the township, what we do, we have tags that we identify. We give them a tag and say, this vehicle is commercial. If there's a silver plate, then we put on that. And for commercial, and for residential, we do the same thing for silver tag. So that's the question that was kind of big here. So, you know, and on top of that, that tag is a fee, just like a wheel tax. If you charge like $25 for them to have that tag. So when we see a trailer in a lot, we look at the tax, okay, this trailer is registered here and it's a commercial trailer. Or this trailer is commercial, you know, or a recreation trailer. That's all. So that's what I was trying to clear up.
I think we got enough. I think we may have enough now, but I'd be interested. I know we should all want to look into something additional like that. I'm not sure, you know, we can have some conversation later about how the township does it. I'd be interested to know. You know, it's a good way to do things, so to have some kind of governance. But I think we have enough to work with here. And then we could amend, or we can even do something administrative if need be.
Okay.
However you want to do, but I think we got enough
Some
to
type
get
of tag.
busy.
Some type of tagging. But it's
um,
obvious to know exactly the difference between a recreational vehicle and a commercial vehicle.
How?
Commercial vehicles, you'll utilize and you'll see equipment, or it might be a trailer itself enclosed or open, versus a recreational vehicle is a vehicle that an individual might put on their fifth wheel, hook it up and move it that way as well. Or it might be a one-unit vehicle, recreational vehicle. So there you can distinguish the difference, a recreational vehicle from a commercial vehicle.
A person with a lawnmower service with 3 trailers.
That's a commercial vehicle.
I can
That will be
use-
utilized as a commercial.
I can use my trailer, put 3 trailers on it. It's
That's a
recreational.
different type of trailer. So you would actually be putting those trailers, your equipment, inside a trailer that is formulated for that reason.
A trailer can be used for commercial or residential, so how we can identify it with tag.
With tag, absolutely,
That's how-
absolutely.
That's how you can.
Yeah, you
distinguish
can
So that way,
distinguish
if
it
you
that
see
way,
it
yes. But you can
Oh, is
verbally
there-
see, look at it as well.
Is
Moving
there,
on, Mayor, I'm
my
sorry.
question, well, I think that we could, definitely, we've already identified the additional thing we could do.
Mhm.
I think we could have some further, because the first thing that came to my mind obviously was a motorhome.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that was
That's
the
a
first thing that came to my
recreational
mind
vehicle.
when you
That's what a
asked the
recreational
question.
vehicle is.
But when you said trailer, I went somewhere else. So, but I think we got enough for tonight
Yeah.
to get things moving. We'll make some additions that's needed. See attorney shaking her head to help us too.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. So we are at which point? We did the question. You said you had two. Did you have another one?
That's for the next one.
Okay, all right. So now we're just at roll call then.
Mhm.
Okay. Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alder Lady Hampton,
Yes.
Alder Lady McDowell.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next we have under 8C, a proposed ordinance amending Title 11, Business Regulation of the Code of Markham to license home occupations in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Mayor Powell,
Yes, Alderman Barron.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive the reading of ordinance number 2317, number 21-0-2317, an ordinance amending Title 11 Business Regulations, Code of the Markham, Home License Occupations of the City of Markham.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderman Hampton to waive the reading for ordinance amending Title 6 for business regulations as read. Roll call?
Alder Lady McDowell,
Yes.
Alder Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I said 6, that's 11.
Mayor Ag Powell,
Yes,
I would make a motion for approval of ordinance number 21-0-2317, an ordinance amending Title 11 Business Regulations of the Code of Markham to license home occupations in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Second.
motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderman Hampton for approval of ordinance amending Title 11 of business regulations as read. Question?
Yes. On this particular one, so there will be a fee on page 3 of $250. Licenses for this city of Markham. Home-based businesses. Is that all? Anybody that has a home-based business, say there's somebody who's a consultant. You know, they do consulting work out of the house.
Yes,
And so you would consider that too?
yeah, it's across the board the way that they did this.
Okay, okay. And, you know, I see that barbershops and hair salons are out of it. They can't cut hair, they can't do hair.
Correct. That's what, these are the areas number 12. Mentions those areas.
Okay. All right. So it's funny that he does taxes, you know, every year. That would be considered a business, that would get a business license for that.
If they're gonna declare it, that's really what it's all about, whether, we have a lot of businesses right now. They just haven't declared. They're running businesses, but they haven't chosen, to be regulated, so.
Okay.
So it's a matter of, if we find out, then we have to address it and say, hey, this could be an encumbrance to the neighborhood, things like that, so.
Okay.
So we'll address it as we go, but no, I mean, that would be the best answer I could probably give.
All right, thank you. No further
Um,
questions.
Okay, then we're roll call.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alder Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alder Lady McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
No.
Motion carried.
No, we're not doing that. It's not on the agenda. No. Yeah, I don't know why. I was with it.
All right, next we have under 8D, a request for Cook County Class 6B Sustainable Emergency Relief Property Tax Incentive for permanent index number 28-24-308-024-0000 by JMI Crafted Commercial Millwork, Inc. 3032 West 167th Street here in Markham. Just to give you a little background, Mr. Dotson, who assists businesses locally who are seeking the benefit of these Class 6B and 8 classifications for tax relief. We're supposed to be on this evening with the representative from JMI. Send him the link. I don't see him as a participant as we sit here. I did provide you with information on the application, the basis for his request, along with a cover letter from Santa Law from Mr. Dotson. So we were just going to talk this evening, make a presentation to the business council to grant him the 6B SER. So without me being here this evening.
Well, if the council wants to discuss it, we can discuss it. It's on the agenda for passage. It's constant, we do these all the time. So what's your pleasure, council?
Well, my question, what type of business is this?
This is a cabinet, the millwork cabinet, they do cabinetry. It's in your ward.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. They're one of they're right next to,
In my jacket.
correct. Yeah, they're
Yes, sir.
one of the ones that've been here for many years. And now they're looking for some relief, but they do most of that's what they do, a lot of millwork and cabinetry and woodwork, things like that.
I never seen anybody there, I'm always driving past that place, knocking the door, I just curious,
They're there, they're there for sure.
Okay, okay.
I won't say too loud why, but it's good reason, if I did say it loud, but it's good reason, they're there. They're not going anywhere. They'll tell you that.
Okay. Sounds good. I have no further questions, so.
Okay. What's your pleasure with moving to 6B for them?
Well, definitely want us to keep our business in the city of Markham, leaving our brick and mortar. So I would like to, do I do that as an ordinance or do it as a resolution? How do I proceed? I also the paper. I see.
Well, you don't have it. He was just going to discuss it this evening, so want to go ahead and correct me, prepare it.
Right.
I'll have it for next meeting.
Okay, great. I'd like to make a motion to allow the attorney to set up the Class 6B SER property tax incentive request PIN 28-24-308-024. The address is 3032 West 167th Street. The applicant is Craft Commercial Millwork Incorporated in the city of Markham.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Jones, second by Alderman Barron, to request that the attorney move forward with the Cook County Class 6B for emergency relief, sustainable relief for the property located at 3032 West 167th Street. This would be JMI Crafted Commercial Millwork. Roll call.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alderlady McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
motion carried.
Bernie, you got anything else?
Other than that, that's all that I have.
All right, thank you. Moving on, city clerk's report.
Yes, I have one business license I've got my papers kind of mixed up here. It's, the business license is for Platinum Plus Security, Inc. And I believe they're online.
Yes.
Yes, this is Faye Dotson from Platinum Plus Security, Inc.
There a motion to open the floor to this business?
I make a motion to open the floor to, Faye Dobson.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good evening, Ms. Dodson. The city council will have some questions for you this evening and about your business, and maybe you can tell us a few things about your business and the background of it.
Okay.
This is
Again,
Paul.
thank you.
No, is this your ward, Alderman Joe?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, technically, Ms. Dawson, that's a debate there. What ward are you in? Because for a long time, I thought you was in my ward. I know your business used to be in Canterbury, but you actually, what ward are you
This
in?
is Kedzie.
Right, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Is it
that's-
okay for me to go ahead and speak?
Yeah, go ahead and speak, please, Ms. Dodson.
Okay, this is a new business. It's Platinum Plus Security. If the council sees fit to, and the mayor sees fit to grant a business license in the city of Markham, it will be located at 16148 Kedzie Avenue. Platinum Plus Security is licensed by the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulations as a private security contractor agency. Our manager is Steve Griffin, who's also licensed by Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulations for over 15 years. Our trainer is Gary Gross, who is a licensed trainer as well with Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulations. This is actually a business that kind of grew out of my non-for-profit and the need for providing employment to members of our community, not just, when I say community and not just Markham, but when I say community, I mean the people that come to us for services. We will initially start out by providing live scan fingerprinting and also unarmed security. We will eventually move to armed security. With our armed security, we will only employ peace officers. We have a number of peace officers that are working with us in preparation of that. We have, we have representation from the Illinois Secretary of State Police, Illinois State Police, and Cook County Sheriff's Department. We're hoping to be a viable part of the community and provide excellent service to local businesses, as well as provide employment. Again, as I said before, most of you on the council know me. I live in Markham. I grew up in Markham, and in all the things that I have done in the city, it has been to try to help not only to improve the community at large, but specifically those individuals that are less fortunate and in need of employment, and not just employment, but the assistance and nurturing and mentoring that goes along with that.
Okay, any other questions, Alderman?
Ms. Dawson, you hear
Yeah.
me? What ward are you in? I know you've been for forever, and I love your not-for-profit organization, your upgrade programs, but you know, that was always been a debate. What ward are you in?
I live in Bill Barron's ward,
Okay,
and I'm not sure if because of the way Kedzie is divided up, I'm not sure if 16148 Kedzie is in your ward, Alderman Barron, Alderman Jones, or if it's in Mr. Barron's ward. I'm not quite sure.
Kedzie Avenue belongs to the 3rd ward.
Okay.
that's what I thought. I welcome you with pleasure.
Okay, any other questions?
No, sir.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes,
Ms. Dodson, I know within your introduction, you had stated that you all do fingerprinting as well. So
live
within
scan
this-
fingerprinting, yes.
So within this entity that you have, you stated that you all do other services as well. So
No, I'm sorry. I have a nonprofit organization, but it's not the same as Platinum Plus Security.
Okay, so basically the only thing you all will be doing there is fingerprints?
No, we'll be doing the fingerprinting, we'll be doing unarmed security or offering unarmed security services and eventually armed security services.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Now, are you in the same building with the attorney's office there, or you?
The attorney has actually been out of the building since the end of 2020.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so a motion to close the floor and take action.
I make a motion to close the floor to Faith Dobson of Platinum Plus Security Incorporated.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Guys have it. What's your pleasure?
I make a motion that we grant Faith Dobson of Platinum Plus Security Incorporated to do business in the city of Markham.
Motion by Alderman Jones, second by Alderman McDowell, for approval of business license for Platinum Plus Security Inc. Roll call.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alder Lady McDowell,
Yes.
Alder Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
motion carried.
All right, thank you, Ms. Johnson. Follow up with the building department and licensing department about your next steps for licensure and any other things they'll have to do there, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. You all
Okay,
have a
thank
good
you.
evening.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to the mayor's report.
That's all you have tonight?
That's it.
Okay, all right, we'll move on to the mayor's report. Good evening, everyone. Just a few things here tonight. One of the main announcements I wanted to make is that it's my intention that the next regular city council meeting going into the month of December, that we go back to in-person meeting, that there will be a mask requirement and some social distancing as well to be here in attendance. That we try to go back to that. I know that the numbers are back and forth. That's what drove us to the proclamations that we were doing, but we're going to give it a try to where we can get people back in the building and let them come out. I know that's been some of the things that the public has asked for. And I think that we would, at least with the vaccination effort, and certainly with masks, that works out. I know myself, I've had 2 vaccinations as well as a booster. So, and some others have done the same, and some have chosen not to. That's their call, but at least we will require a mask minimum to be able to, and some distancing in the room as you come out. So I wanted to make that clear, and we would at that time take any questions that have to be live at that point. We wouldn't be taking email questions to the council. If you want to email my office or a council member individually, feel free to do so. But there will be no requirement to read questions at the meeting. You would have to attend. We will republicize the meetings afterwards and post those things out to the public. But attendance, if you want to attend, you to have anything live, you have to be here. So moving to the next thing I'd like to mention, as we scurry to our fall here with cleanup efforts still, as I mentioned to the council here, our board will continue to do what we can with trees and some of our cleanup efforts, property and things like that. We're trying to finish up some street repairs that are still out there. We're trying to get those things done before the asphalt plants close. So we've been able to get in some of the neighborhoods still towards the end of the year, as we've been trying to do. We promised to get these things done for our residents. I do want to make a brief statement, and then I'll yield to the rest of the council, and certainly Lady Hampton, who's been down. I want to commend all of you, and certainly, definitely, Lady Hampton for taking some pressure off me with the shopping center down there. I hope that everyone sees that we're on our way somewhere down there, and I know that the things that we have to struggle with and trying to have a balancing act about how we deal with it. So I have already started to reach out process to the owners, and so we will be having some meetings. We may have to hold a special meeting so we can all be in the room, so we can have some good dialogue and discussion. But I have Mr. Champion working on getting the stage set with them, and then I would really recommend a special meeting so we can have some dialogue with them as a council. The other thing I would like to mention is that I was very proud and impressed with what the Park District has done over the last couple of years that I know of to really get the park, Veterans Park, together down there on Kedzie. And I think that they have done a really great job. I certainly appreciate the board members over there and the way that they work with Ms. Brown, and we've all supported her as well. But a lot of that tutelage down there, what she's done, it's all come through hard work and sacrifice. It goes along with what I wanted to do with veterans all along. I've mentioned it since I've been in office about various commissions. One of them being Pastoral Commission, to expand that role of commissions with pastors and churches, certainly with our veterans, and to provide various services for them as well, and have them recognized regularly and have them be part, just as we have our prayers and different things. We'd like our veterans to be officials at a lot of our matters that we have in the city. I attended a coffee with Lady McDowell. It was very well attended. She'll, I'm sure, mention about it. I was very enlightened and glad I was able to share with her the time of her residence in Ward 2. I'm very proud of what's going on over there, and glad to have been part of what we did at the fire station. That's where I got my booster shot. So I've been waiting for that. So thank you for that, getting that in place. I canceled at Walgreens twice because the line was so long. So, and they didn't have Moderna here in town, so I was having to go everywhere else chasing it. So you took care of that. But out of that, a lot of good information came out in terms of things that we need to do in the city in that particular ward. And we'll be addressing them now. You can be more specific if you like, but I know that the lights on Dixie, we need to deal with that. So if you get with Mr. Champion about that, that's really been at the forefront of my mind, to deal with the lighting over there, with that emergency lighting by the fire station. And that we need to deal with IDOT like we did before. Just a couple of other things. I'm excited about the holiday season. I know that we're going to be going into Thanksgiving now, but I think the way that the world is going and maybe even my excitement, everybody's just skipping Thanksgiving and we're going to Christmas. Lights are already up. I'm excited about the east side. I'll let you all, I won't take any thunder from you, but I am like a kid on Christmas Day about these lights. So I'm excited for Markham as I was last year. I heard nothing but great things from all of you all and our residents about our lights citywide. And now we have them on the east side. I haven't, since I was a kid, we never had anything on the east side like that. And that's where I was raised as a little boy. And so I ain't moving back though, all ladies. I'm staying on the west side. Okay? I like the lights, but anyway, I just wanted to throw that in for good measure. And last but not least, since Mr. Champion is here, I will now go to City Administrator. Good evening, Mr. Karen.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council and the City of Markham. Just want to start off by with the good news on this week with the infrastructure bill. The President of the United States passed an infrastructure bill that's going to trickle down to local government. One of the things that I'm really excited about is that 17 billion is going to come to the state of Illinois, which they have about 1.7 billion that's earmarked to improve drinking and wastewater infrastructure, also bridge replacement and repairs, broadband coverage, and also I'm excited about the 149 million for the electric vehicle charging grants. I think that Markham is headed in a new direction, and I've been in discussions with a manufacturer regarding electric vehicles and charging stations. And I know the mayor and I have had conversations about this, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm working closely with our lobbyist, Frank Bass, and also the mayor and I will be meeting with our state representatives, state senators, and state reps in regards to some of this funding. We want to make sure that Markham gets, at least 10 to 15 million of this to help out. So really excited about that. Also, I want to continue to mention job opportunities at Amazon. Anybody that hasn't signed on, please continue to text the word Chicago now, that's NOW9, number 9, to 77088. And also visit our social platforms and our website so you can actually see that information there. There's a $3,000 sign-on bonus. And also you can make up to close to $25 an hour. So I don't want anybody to miss out on that. There are opportunities that are available, and they have a tuition-free program that I think that individuals definitely have to take advantage of. Too many employers that offer a tuition free program. Most have tuition reimbursement, but this is a tuition-free program. So take advantage of that. And I think that will conclude my report this evening.
You had mentioned about the infrastructure. The mayor's group is chiming into that as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah, Frank got a hold of the mayors in one forum with us and the legislature.
Great.
So we'll be working on that. And that is, so some of that was brought about when the South Suburban crisis hit Dixmoor. Everybody had to kind of realize what we could all potentially be up against. There are some new subdivisions in other communities, but every town in the Southland has some old areas, and that's where the water pipe issue could come in. Water and sewer could be an issue. So with that, that's the end of mayor's report. We'll go over to new business. Good evening, Alderman Jones.
Yes, thank you. I would like to say, right now we have some streets being done in my ward, Oxford Drive. I'm so happy to see that we have some money that will be dedicated. I'll start with the treasury department today. It's close to 100,000. So Mayor, I thank you for your efforts over in Oxford, but we also need Plymouth done. With 100,000, we can definitely do some more streets over there if possible, and some trees. You know, I mean, I hate to lose this money. I was talking to the church department, and they say that we have up to December the 1st to put our request in. So I'm gonna give you my Christmas list ahead of time for the 3rd ward.
Okay. Well, they started on Berkshire, so I don't know, your Wheaties might be gone, so.
I don't know, you know, Josh, she was telling me that, you know, there was some unexpected property tax that came in.
Oh,
That actually bumped it up some. She was
Okay.
like, whoa. So she was like, hey, Murphy, I'm gonna give you this money. I said,
Okay.
I know, I can give it for you. That we're gonna, you know, trading places. But yeah,
Okay.
so definitely,
We'll
was
check.
gonna target some areas,
okay,
you know, for the Jeff tip, right?
because they did start on Berkshire today.
Yes, I was there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was there on Oxford also. So I really appreciate your effort and the award and using that money up. And I think we got some other areas, even close to the courthouse over here. You
Okay,
know, we could reach out, you know, hit some of those streets.
sounds good. All right.
Good.
No, let's get together on it tomorrow,
Thank you.
sooner than later.
Yes.
We don't have much time, so let's.
Yes. You know, and I love the effort, what you're saying, Derek Champion about the money coming down. I think that'll really be an effect, it'll help affect the city of Markham, 3rd wards. So definitely keep pushing that. Whatever we can do to help, let me know.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. On January the 22nd, I'm giving away turkeys. I'm giving away turkeys in boxes. January 22nd. Please give me a call, 708-339-1973. 339-1973. That's a great year there. But I'm giving away turkey, so please give me a call. If you're in the 3rd ward, I got a turkey for you. All right, thank you. That's all. Be blessed.
All right, Alderman Jones, so you're gonna do yours in January, is that what you said?
What's that?
You said January 22nd.
Oh, wait.
Right. Yeah, I was like, right, I was like, okay.
January, so I'm on my.
Yeah, I was like,
November the 22nd, Monday, November the 22nd.
okay, is that the
November the
Easter
22nd,
turkey
Monday.
or something?
Yeah,
Turkey giveaway.
all right, very good. So we got the day straight on that.
Thank you.
Okay, Alderman Barron, good evening.
Good evening. Mayor, my report is very simple. The water reclamation project for the repair and improvement of the CUDD ditch is nearing completion within a couple of days. It's absolutely beautiful. City of Markham benefited greatly with some new sewers in connection with this project. And it got rid of a bunch of trees that were constantly clogging the ditch and causing flooding. We really haven't had a super heavy rain, but we've had a couple of medium-sized rains and the creek is working perfectly. I would suspect by next spring that the special grass that they've hydro-seeded will probably be a foot tall. This is special grass that's designed to be deep rooted to keep to reduce soil erosion. So that's been a project that's been going on in the city for a very long time. So it's really wonderful that it's coming to a completion. And I'd like to wish everybody in the city and their families a happy, safe Thanksgiving. Also, I'm not going to be present, but I wish Alder Lady McDowell tremendous success for her coat drive. He has taken over the alderman's office. And it looks great. Really, really pleased. And I was really happy to be part of the veteran celebration with the city and the park district on Veterans Day. And that was, we could have had a little bit better weather, but it was very nice. And the tribute to our vets is second to none. And with that, Mayor, that'll be the end of my report.
Thank you, Alderman. I'll be in touch with you about a couple of questions about the project. I constantly get questions at City Hall about the creek project. We've done all we can do to try to redirect it, and I had a resident call me today about an issue over on Blackstone, so I'll get that information to you. They're down in the cul-de-sac area. So
Okay.
I'll make sure I forward that to you. Please don't let me forget.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, All Lady Hampton.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Council, individuals that are here and those who are watching us via satellite, via the Facebook. Mayor, I'd like to start off with the Canterbury, our shopping center area. I don't know if any individuals have actually driven through there, whatever. My gosh, we can actually see the parking lot, we can see the building, we can actually see the new vision coming in. We had an opportunity to work with the landscape company, and we actually cleaned out and cut down and remove a lot of the trees, shrubs, dead shrubs. And I'm really looking forward to us starting to put in the landscape in this upcoming spring. I think it's gonna be a new lift, a facelift. It's gonna look 100% better, especially with our new businesses that are coming in. They're more in the 21st century now. So just updating the shopping center area with the landscaping will make a huge difference. And of course, with the signage coming in as well.
Sure.
So I'm also happy to work on that committee. The lighting on Wood Street, oh my goodness. I went down Wood Street last night and I was like, wow, that looks awesome. Years and years ago, basically what we had was just a material looking a snowshoe or something of that sort that was up there that really didn't complement our city too much. But with the new lighting, the Christmas lightings that are down on Wood Street, on the east-hand side of Wood Street, they look awesome. I think what we need to do though, we need to kind of trim back on some of the trees or whatever, so it can really light up Wood Street.
To get out there.
Yes, so I'm
get a
so
hold.
excited about that. I know it would be gorgeous if it was lights on both sides of the street, but unfortunately it's just on, well, fortunately as well, it's just on the east-hand side of the street. So I'm also excited about that and received some phone calls last night and today about that as well. I also want to say I humbly appreciate this year working with the city of Markham on our turkey drive. With us doing this in a collaborative area or whatever, in reference to these turkeys or whatever, I think is awesome. It shows good unity. And I'm also excited about the turkey drive. So of course, I'm passing out the flyers in my ward to make sure they know about that as well. In reference to the code drive, don't want to take this away from Alderman McDowell. I know she's been working diligently for the code drive or whatever, but I'm excited about that. Making sure that the residents in Ward 1, please get that opportunity to come out and actually participate and receive a gift, a coat, shoes, hats, or whatever we have for your children. So please come out for that. And then also you'll see the flyers in your doors tomorrow morning, which will be Thursday. Also, in Ward 1, I received some phone calls. We have individuals that are actually sitting out TVs. I don't know, they favor this one spot that they actually sit TVs out all the time. So I'm asking the residents in Ward 1, if you see something, please give me a call and let me know. Sometimes we can't see everything, but with your assistance and with your help, I can definitely make sure that we can rectify it and get those items picked up. We picked up 4 TVs in the last month. So if you see something, please call me and let me know. Participation means a lot. Then I want to say happy holidays to everyone in reference to our turkey Thanksgiving that's coming up. The next city council meeting, I won't be present, but I will actually be on the Zoom meeting on the next city council meeting. And just want to say thank you all so much. Thank you, residents of Ward 1 as well. That's all my report, Mayor.
All right, I know that I heard it twice, and I'm sure that Alderman McDowell will say it in her report, but the code drive is a collaborative effort.
Yes.
It's collective to all of us.
Yes.
We're all participants. I think
Yes.
that Old Lady McDowell has just been our engine.
Yes.
And she's been engine for sure. And so I'm really proud of all the hard work she's doing with that. So she's gonna make us all shine, look like we're working.
Yes.
So we're working too, right? We did something, I don't know what. But Old Lady McDowell, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Thank you so much, the apartment building on Kennedy. They are so overwhelmed about having that whole strip. I went over there today and I'm just excited for them. They have blown my phone up today. So thank you all for their champion for helping to get that done. The coffee day was fantastic. We were able to meet more residents that maybe I didn't meet and came out and were able to find out a lot more of situations that I was unaware of in the ward. We're working to get those flashlights by the fire station. So Derek, I'll be getting with you on that because I think that's very important that we get that taken care of. Also, Mrs. Brown, the director from our park district, I want to thank her and her staff for the Veterans Day ceremony. It was just outstanding. I've got numerous phone calls. They are so excited to have this take place in Markham. This is something we have never had in the city of Markham. And Mayor, I honor you for just establishing that area for our veterans. And last and not least, we are having the citywide coat drive. This is not my coat drive. This is a citywide coat drive. I want to thank everyone on this council for their help and support in getting this coat drive out. Alderman Barron told me, yes, I have taken over the office. I'm sorry, you all bring coats everywhere. But the donations just keep coming in. We have met our goal. We are over our goal, thank God. So parents, please come out. We have coats for all sizes, even junior high. We want you to come out to receive a blessing. We have boots, we have coats, hats and scarves. We even have booster shots. They will be here on Saturday to give your kids booster shots along with the adults if you all have not had your booster shot. So please come by. The hour is from 10 to 2. Looking for all our council to come by and help size the kids. And let's really have some holiday fun here in our city from 10 to 2 on Saturday, right here. So hope to see you there.
Oh, excuse me, Alderman, can you please make mention that these are all new coats?
Yes, every coat that we have and boots are all brand new. There's nothing used. Please come out. I got some phone calls. People want to know if we have some 20-month-old babies. Yes, we do. We go all the way up to size 3X. So please come out. We have taken time out to really go out and make sure that we are able to accommodate each and every need. We have 500 coats, and they're still coming in, so please come out. We just want to be a blessing to our community. And also I would like to wish everyone a happy and safe holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Thank you, Alderman McDowell, under new business. And with that, I also want to say the same thing to everybody. Happy holiday. I didn't do that. So we'll go into a public session. Do we have a motion to go into public session?
May I make a motion that we open the floor to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's have it. Let me direct traffic a little bit, council members, because There are some questions that will be pointed to you all as board members tonight from the reading of some of these emails. I will respond and then leave room for you all to respond because you've been asked to respond as well. But I want to be courteous after we read our statement. Here, I want to be courteous to those that are here in attendance. We'll take care of them first, and then we'll do the reading of emails.
Okay, our public statement. Please be advised that due to the latest statewide disaster proclamation and relevant local disaster proclamations pursuant to city ordinance number 20-02272, all persons desiring to make public comments may make them live in person if capacity limits permit, or via email submission to the city clerk's office by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting. All public comments received via email in compliance with the city's previously adopted rules will be read during the public session portion of the city council meeting.
Okay, with that, if there is anyone here that's in our audience that would like to address the city council, you could stand and state your name, and you'll have 3 minutes. Anyone here in the public? All right, then we'll just go right into our questions that were emailed in. We have, where we starting at first?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Our first question is from Tony Fitzgerald. And his question, it's not really a question, it's more of a statement. Hello, I would like to know if the city of Markham City Council would consider doing an annual State of the City address to discuss successes, challenges, and the strategic plan status of each department and ward. I also recommend publishing the annual report. I feel this would be help with transparency and engagement. I shared this idea with Alderman Jones last week.
Okay. Well, one part of it was a question. The second was a recommendation.
Okay.
And then the last part is Alderman Jones. Do you want to, about?
Yes, I spoke with this gentleman. I wanted to bring it to you. I want to talk to you beforehand, but I mean, I think that'd be a great idea, like a newsletter or something out that people know. I want to run it past you before I speak on it, but I have no problem with it. How do you feel, man?
Well, I would, I see these comments from a lot of these. I don't usually respond to public. He's on social media quite a bit, but I know his mother. So I would, like you just said, I'd like to offline discuss, if he's got a question, me and him can discuss. I give a report all the time, state of states and different things like that. I understand how all that works. But I would prefer a discussion with him. He had discussion with you, he could have one with me too.
If you have a discussion with me, we just social media. So, he spoke to me on social media and says, can you bring this up? I said, I'm gonna bring it up first. So,
and I appreciate some of that social media as well. And I think that, I'm glad that we're getting back to live meeting opposed to paper tigers, if you will, because that's what some of this becomes. And, it's easier to be a Monday morning quarterback or to live vicariously through us the way that they want to do things. And it's easier when you're sitting here, they don't know what we deal with. It's easy to judge and not know what we face, all of this whole board. And so as well as I appreciate the recommendation. But I think that in some cases it calls for a conversation. People just put statements out all the time, and I'm not taking, this is an actual email, so he's getting closer to making a phone call or having a real conversation. And that's what I would prefer. That's what my preference is, because I've already ran for public office and I'm sitting here. So I already know what the plan or the vision is. And again, I know his mother, and I know that he lives in California. And I appreciate his concern for Markham, but if he wants to give me a recommendation, it doesn't have to come in that form. You know, you and I can talk about it, you and him can talk about it, and we could address it that way. Because one of the things that I've read some of the other emails, and one of the words he mentioned here is transparency. That is like a trigger word for nonsense sometimes for me. Because when I hear that word, I'm ready to leave the room because it's a bunch of hoopla. Because I don't believe in transparency in the way that other people believe in it. It's a punchline for some people. To me, it's I live it. And so I don't, you know, so some of this I'm only going to respond to so much of it. If they're really serious about it, a lot of things I see on social media, again, this is better than most, because we're getting the email, we're getting closer to having a conversation, I guess. But a lot of it is just commentary about things that aren't pertinent to anything. It's easy to just comment all day. So I think you know what I'm saying. I'm just talking to you because he mentioned you, but you know, I mean, you understand what I'm saying because we're out there, we see it. I read it, but I don't respond to it. So he can give me a call, and I'll be more than glad to discuss more of it with him. And you and I can talk about it too. You know, I'll be glad to talk with any of you on the board about it, because I think a lot of these things are well in the works. You know, they're definitely out there. So, okay, that's the best I can do with that, unless you have something else you want to add.
No, like once again, he was brought up. I said it's a good idea. I'll forget to use good attention. So that's why I didn't mention it on this status, on this platform. So
He beat you to it.
Yeah, that's
And he name dropped.
Okay, well, that's good. I don't mind.
I don't
need
need.
show this. I get it all the time.
Right, and I'm good with it too. I just think that if we're serious about it, you know, it's got to be more than I'm just going to send something or post something. Let's really have a conversation. None of these people call my office. None of them. Zero. Since for the last several years, half of that stuff that's out there, I read it all the time. They never call my office. Call me and have a conversation.
There you go. You got the mic. Let them know. How you have a conversation.
Call me. They must not want to hear it. Okay, because I got some answers. What's number 2?
Mr. Cooper.
Okay, I have to read these council members. I have to direct traffic because some of it's directed to me and some of it's directed to you all. This is from Mr. Jerry Cooper. I know the name, JC Suave 134 at gmail.com. He sent some questions last council meeting and we did not get them read. And it was an oversight by the clerk. He also sent an insulting message to the clerk, and in the future, he should refrain from being ignorant, because that's what he was. He's very ignorant to the clerk, and I won't let anybody talk to the clerk or this council disrespectfully, and that's not acceptable. So I'm gonna call like I see it. So we'll read your questions, but you're not gonna insult this body, and we try to remain professional, but I'm not tolerating it. So we'll read some of it and we'll do our best to answer your questions. So Mr. Cooper sends for the mayor and each council member to answer. So number 1, he says, citizens are not informed of lawsuit settlements against the village, city, he says village here, and he wants to know why. Well, I'll answer first, and since he's asked if the council members chime in, feel free as you want to go in what order you feel. Most of these matters are legal matters, and they're lawsuits, and we do divulge as much of the information as we can legally do. There's no, we all take these things into executive session, and those are the places for them. Everything is not open to the public in that manner, and some of it Because what could be involved, the elements involved, it can involve a subpoena or a lot of other things that where information can and can't be given. So attorney, before the board responds, what would you have to say?
Yeah, let me see.
The question is, he's saying that we're not informing the public about lawsuit settlements. Yes.
Well, let me just respond briefly with respect to the question that's proposed. We do have a specific section that appears under the attorney's report, and that is generally under 8, and it's entitled litigation. And sometimes we don't have anything, so therefore it's not presented. However, since we've all been here for quite a while, we have reported cases and information and even added the case numbers with respect to any decisions. We come back out of executive session because those matters are usually discussed in executive session over a period of time. It could be anywhere from a few months to a year, or maybe just as short as just a couple of weeks. But those matters are given due consideration. Rules with respect to going into executive session provide that we have to vote on that. And that vote takes place prior to us going into executive session. Discussion is had, decision is not made in the council chambers, but once we do come back out, those matters are addressed by way of a motion and seconded by one of the city council members. Of course, in the event of a tie, then the mayor would break that tie by voting his conscience and the way he desire. But as far as I know, we have listed these quite often.
I think his question, he's wanting to know why we're not giving him more information about these cases. I think that's the way I'm reading this.
Well,
they're legal matters, and they're in court, and I think that if you have a challenge on one side or the other, you can't divulge all that information.
That's
now,
correct.
I mean, that's the best I would say. I want to allow the board members to chime in too.
Well, right, and in terms of the procedure, we have followed this judicially and followed it legally. This is how it's done, not only in our town, but other towns as well. But the question of whether or not we should issue more information, I don't know exactly what it is that you would like to know. We do announce the names of the parties. We do announce the amounts under certain circumstances. And sometimes there are no amounts involved at all, just settlements. But that is something we've been doing. So
right.
I don't know.
My last comment to that, as the board members, I'll make my comment after. Alderman Jones, you're next.
I'm next.
If you got a comment at all.
I got comment on too.
Well, he's asking board members to respond.
Do any board members have a response?
I have
Yeah, I have a
Mayor, I
response.
think you said it well.
It's saying each council member to answer.
I have a
I was
response
going
as
in
well.
order.
I have a response as well. I'm sorry. I think that just like any business, there's protocol. And certain protocols require us to not divulge certain information because it might incriminate the case or commit a lawsuit against the city or the individuals. But there's just protocol that we follow. And I think we're following our protocol in reference to the lawsuits that we receive. Just like the attorney stated, you know, some of the lawsuits might have a fund connected to it and some does not. But we do at the city council meetings when we come up out of closed session or whatever, we do explain the information on what we were discussing in the closed meeting. But I just think it's just protocol.
Okay.
I think
You know, Mayor.
it was well
Sorry.
said, Mayor, what you and the attorney said, if there's really nothing else to add to it.
Okay. Alderman Barron.
Even though we're elected officials, we're not attorneys. And I believe that we have to follow the advice of our attorneys on what can be said in an open meeting and not. And, I just, it was one of the things that when I first came on the council, I was kind of surprised by myself, but, I have learned since my time on the council that, most of these matters, even though settling the cases, read into the record, discussing, people's lives and lawsuits and stuff, has always been, handled by our law division. And that's one of the reasons why we have a lawyer sitting at our city council meetings. So I don't believe we can respond to any better than that.
All right, Alderman Jones.
According to the law, certain things that happen in closed session, we can actually retain. You don't have to actually put it out to the public. You can actually redact it. You can do a FOIA request. Even some of those can be redacted. So as a resident, anyone has the right to seek anything they want because of our openness for the city of Markham and for where we at. But if you request something, we don't have to give it to you right away because of confidentiality. And things in closed session, we can actually hold up to 6 months to a year, if I'm not mistaken, attorney, so on certain items. So there are things that have been released, some things we have separated, and some things are closed altogether, depending on the nature of that item. So that's the reason why certain things, for as legal, is not exposed for my 18 years on the council. But something to redact, something we just can't. It's just private, just like in your house. Some things are hot, some things are private, and sometimes you don't let things out outside your house. And if you want to know the information, you can get it through FOIA, but that will be redacted. That's my legal opinion.
Thank you, Alderman. I appreciate that. And one of the comments I was going to make, and we'll go to number 2 here, and we'll try and go through them a little quicker, is that at the end of the day, everybody sitting on the dais has been elected. And we're elected to make the decisions that we make on behalf of the constituency of wards in this community. And that's what each of us do. And this is part of it. So we'll give you the best answer we can. With any of these matters, like you said, Alderman, it's open. Some things some things are not available for different reasons legally. And then we make decisions on these matters as a board. That's what we do. Correct. So end of the day, that's what we're elected to do. And that's the best answer we can give. The next question, number 2, does the mayor believe in transparency? Okay, so I just said this a little bit ago. Probably not the way he believes in it. I probably don't. Not the transparency he's referring to. I don't believe in that kind. I believe in the kind that's sitting here on the dais, doing the job and showing what the transparency is. Not talking about it, not sending email and using punchlines and cliches, because that's all this is to me. Now, the next question is, does the council believe in transparency? I'll go with, as we go in the order, Alderman Jones and Alderman Barron, the wards that we normally do.
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
We might as well do roll call, huh? Well, you all are better than me because I'm not answering like that. Next, everybody's yes. All right, next question. Moving on. Okay. Why are FOIAs not answered with a time frame or not answered at all? We've been down this road with Mr. Cooper where you don't if you don't ask for the FOIA the proper way, we're not to compile information and make up or create information or documents. That isn't what you do in the FOIA system. This has been explained before. They've been answered. He gets answers and he'll FOIA different information. It's all open to the public. Anything here, you're welcome to it. Anybody, you just gotta ask for it the proper way, and you can't have us go do a whole bunch of work for you because it just doesn't work that way. And so he's saying that some things have not been answered at all. That's not true because we'd be down at the Attorney General if that were the case. And we gladly talk to the Attorney General about any FOIAs because that's what we we will answer those questions. And he's saying that we're clearly breaking the law here. And he wanted some explanation, so I just gave it to him. All right, so the next question that he has here for tonight, that was when he was being rude to the clerk. That was from last week, so I want to point that out. And now we're at his fresh set of questions. This is a question for the mayor. Rumor on the street. Property next to Markham VFW, premier tax base commercial property, which will help burden on taxpayers if businesses move in. Property is being acquired for purpose of giving it to the VFW for parking, which will further cause burden on Markham tax base. Thus is against the wishes of the people. Is this true? And then he attached some other question. I guess I'll have to answer that, read that one too. But well, rumors will get you a whole lot of stuff anyway. But I can't answer all that to any rumor, but there's nothing I know about anything that we're doing anything with the VFW in that regard at all. So I hope I answered the rumor and the wishes of at least one people. I said one people.
Mayor, just for clarification, the VFW pays taxes. They pay real estate taxes. Now, they do get a certain exemption because of, of their status with the state, but they pay property tax to the Cook County assessor.
Yeah, I think he's saying that the property, I believe, he's referring to the property next door across the street, that there's some involvement with the city or VFW dealing with the property. We have no dealings with that property currently that I know of. And if we did, there's nothing that I know of that we're dealing with the VFW. They haven't approached my office about anything with it. And so I'm just answering it. I know that their tax situation. I understand you're correct about that. The other question that he has is he's saying, how is it that a certain group of people are getting the list to purchase abandoned properties in, I guess it's incomplete here. He sent a screenshot. Well, there is no list. And what properties we've dealt with that have been abandoned, that when I took office, we're in court on it. And so we have nothing out there like that. So more rumor. I guess that's what we do from time to time. We have to entertain this kind of stuff in the rooms, but that's what we do. The last one we have, it looks a little bit more rank and file from someone else. You want to read that?
Yes. This is from Marty McKinney. I understand each resident is allowed 2 to 3 minutes for questions during the public meeting. The following questions should not exceed the time allowed. Question number 1. The residents of Markham would like to know of the 1,400 illegal businesses running out of homes in the city, how many have been identified and what has been done? Has Officer Muldrow resigned from the police force?
Okay, so the first question is actually 2 questions. We're still currently investigating the businesses. I know that Mr. Champion is working on businesses that were listed, and we're trying to take an approach to identify that. And once we do, then we'll ask them for regulation, to work with us for regulation as part of the business ordinance that we worked on as well, to try to update it. So in terms of the officer is currently not, right now, he's not working. There's no resignation that's been involved with this officer. So I can say that much. And we're still looking into it. It's being looked into, and that's the best I can really say. it's more, it could be potentially a legal matter that we can't really discuss. He has rights as well that we want to protect. So, what was that?
He's on paid administrative leave.
He's on paid, okay, the administrator says he's on paid administrative leave, that's where he's at. And, so we're doing our due diligence, to protect all the interests there. Okay, we can go to question 2.
The residents of Markham would like to know, why was the list of abandoned properties given to a select few for purchasing? Why wasn't this list made public to all residents?
Again, I just answered that a moment ago
Correct.
from Mr. Cooper, that there's no list of abandoned properties we're dealing with. We've been in court, probably been in court or some type of legal action since I've been in office. So that's the best I can mention about that. And we'll go to question 3.
The residents of Markham would like to know why the residents are prohibited from attending public hearings proclamation. But there have been 2 gatherings recently with the Alderman McDowell and the mayor and Veterans Day, showing the mayor and city council members unmasked. We also heard members were unmasked inside as well.
Okay, well, I think maybe I might have satisfied that earlier in my report that we would be returning to in-person meetings. So that should take care of that. And I can't speak to what was heard. I don't have a mask on now, and you all do. And I'm vaccinated, so I put my mask on and off so I can speak. So, and I think that's what we do with these different functions. We take them on and off.
Excuse me.
So that's the best I can say, is that she'll have, or he'll have an opportunity to come into meetings next month. And we can go to the final question.
The residents of Markham would like to know when Markham Media was approved to move into space at City Hall, and what is the rent payment for this space?
Well, I don't know what the, I don't know what this totally means, but we have a vendor that works here on behalf of the city. And that's the space that they've been assigned to utilize, and there is no rent for them using our space. Unless, if anything, they'll go up on what they charge us to do whatever they do. And that we don't want, if they have to do something. And besides, we have to, it's our interest here to house them. So we could maybe bring them on employee. I'm sure that costs us a lot more money than what we're paying to have them in their current position. So with that, I think that would be the last
Yes.
question. Okay. That would be the end of questions for the public.
May I make a motion that we close the floor to the public?
All right, all in favor? In favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay, we're at number 13.
May I make a motion that we adjourn?
Second.
Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yeah.
Alder Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alder Lady McDowell, Alderman Barron,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.